Greetings, friends, and welcome to the woods. As I am speaking with you right now, we have just passed the threshold of what in America is called Halloween, and we are approaching the holiday of gratitude, of giving thanks, which is a very powerful, uh, holy, sacred space to occupy. So it's no wonder that our retail people, those who benefit from consumption, overconsumption, need, desire, I must have, give me more, want to completely skip over the holy day, the holiday of gratitude, and take us right into the you have to buy things for everybody, and if you don't do it, you're a bad person and you don't really care about them. Now, I have two issues. Well, I have a lot of issues with this, but I have two issues that I want to mention here. If you don't celebrate the harvest, if you don't acknowledge what you have, then you can't properly process what you want. You can't go into the stage of, we're going to end this year with a bang, we're going to start over, it's actually the winter solstice for those of us who are sun-centered. It's actually the winter solstice, which is the beginning cycle of the sun. The sun is reborn. That's what's being symbolized by the New Year baby, who comes in the big ball that drops, the big round ball, the solar sun ball that casts all of its life-giving rays and glory and generosity down upon us, the life giver, the sun. And the symbols of that, life-giving, creating life. Most of the, well, I would say all of the archetypical symbols of the divine force that creates light tends to mirror the sun. Because in our planet, it's the sun that provides the energy, the vitality, the force to generate and maintain life. So those who understand and are in the natural rhythms of the universe revere that energy. They see that as complementary toward entertaining and sustaining the activity of the divine force in this space and time. And there is nothing that benefits it more than gratitude. Our feeling of gratitude, being grateful to be alive, being grateful to experience this grand adventure, it's beneficial for our health. It's beneficial for our happiness. You can't be happy if you're not grateful. And Thanksgiving gives us an opportunity to pause and stand in that energy. Now, the other problem with rolling out all of the Christmas energy and ornamentation and effect and attitude and music and all of that to push us into the season of buy something now. The other problem with that is what happens in the aftermath of Halloween. Now, Halloween doesn't usually start. It's the month of October, but really people don't celebrate it until the last few days, the last week or few days of it. And even while you're celebrating it, you will notice that around you, the retailers, the community is already bringing out their Christmas ornamentation. They're just waiting, just setting the stage, even before Halloween. The dark acknowledgement is able to present. When I say dark acknowledgement, I'm talking about you dealing with the shadow side. I'm talking about you looking within, determining what you need to let go and what you need to place into a better environment within your life before the dark hits, before the dark part of the world, before the winter comes. It's important to do that. It's critically important to do that. Because if you don't give enough time to that process, if you don't honor it, if you don't, leading up to it, ooh, the scary, ooh, we're going to look into the dark spaces. But directly after that, the first few days, the first week after that, you have completed that process. You know where the darkness sits, and you are adjusting to the new you of having released it. Let it go. Deal with it. Handle it. If you need to eliminate it and replace something else with whatever what you took care of, what you got rid of, you have to do that. Wonderful. If you have put it into a new place in your life where it fits better, wonderful. But usually it takes a few days to let it sit, so that it will be strong, that it will stay where you put it, that it will stay away if you got rid of something. You need a couple days. Glue takes a few hours to dry, if not a day. When you shuffle your foundations, it takes a little while to sit. And so if the very day after your adjustment, you are stampeded into, okay, now you buy everything. Now you focus on this, oh, happy, happy, joy, joy. You're not going to be giving the dark its due. You're not going to be giving the shadow what it needs to be a force of good, to be a force of life, rather than being a destructive force. You're not giving yourself time to recover. If you just looked into the shadow and saw something really horrible that needs to be fixed, that you're going to have to spend time adjusting, you're just not giving it the time of day. And what happens when we choose to reject all of that and move forward and let it go before you have finished your work with it? And skip over gratitude because, we don't have time for that. And go straight into, oh, pretty and wonderful and beautiful and nice. And if you do that, the pretty, wonderful, beautiful, and nice isn't going to resonate. It isn't going to be real. It isn't going to be truly magical and beautiful and wonderful all the way through your soul, which is what you want for the winter solstice. The winter solstice is the preparation for the deep winter. It happens at you're celebrating winter at the very beginning before it's really hit. After the winter solstice, you've got 3 months. Winter solstice is the beginning. You've got 3 months of winter. 3 months of, for those of us who live in the more northern climes, or other side of the world, where you also get the extreme cold, you have to prepare for that. And Christmas, Yuletide, is supposed to be the entry into that where you reaffirm life. And you get everything distributed in the way that it needs to be to carry you through the darkness. But the lead up to it needs to be completed. Because if you don't do that, you get to the Christmas time, you get to the Yuletide, you get to the winter solstice, and you're celebrating it, for somehow you can't really connect with it in the right way. Somehow it feels hollow. Somehow it feels empty. For some reason, it's not giving you the peace and the joy and the strength that you need it to give you to see you through the winter. This is a problem. It's part of the reason why we have so many suicides that time of year. People get all hyped up and they give their energy to it, and they come out of the other side empty. When all the gifts are opened and family's gone home, the guests have gone home, and you're in your space and you're looking at your bills for the holiday cheer that has preceded that moment. You feel like it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Something wrong. It didn't bring you what you needed to fortify it for the coming 3 months. Right now is the time to set up for Christmas, but not to celebrate it. Right now is the time to complete your work with the shadow, what you learned, what you know, to enter into the beginning of the season of gratitude, handle that, and experience this. And when gratitude has its due, when you've looked around, seen what you still have, seen what you know what you let go of, now look at what you have. And whatever that is, you may have lost a lot, but you have your health. You may have lost that, but you have your family and friends. You may have lost that, but you have your life. And wherever you're at, you can build up from there. You can, because you're still here. Whatever gratitude means to you, you sit in that space. And in that space, you are closer to the divine than you are in any other head space, in any other heart space. Gratitude is the completion of the interface with the divine force. Gratitude toward a person, toward a thing, and toward life itself. In my nation, what's coming up is Thanksgiving. And setting aside all of the stories about what it's supposed to mean and that tend to spring up around abstract concepts so that we can better grasp what we're supposed to be doing. Just let the stories go, let the history, let it go, and sit in gratitude, because what the day is supposed to be about is what you're grateful for. Focus on that, because that will sustain you. That will lead you into the celebration of all of that. First you acknowledge it, Thanksgiving, and then you celebrate it, winter solstice, and then you're ready for winter. Just a few thoughts. Welcome to the woods.